The whole thing of a Kim Possible movie.
Holly weird if you ask me.
Well, we've done our part.
Yeah, right. We're free and clear.
Go, Wade.
Who's up for a trip to Hollywood?
Hey guys, I hope you're all having a good day. So today I'm going to be reviewing Kim Possible, the live action movie. And in case you don't know, Kim Possible was a cartoon on Disney Channel. And it was actually a cartoon that I grew up watching. I actually re-watched a few episodes recently. And it's one of those few shows from my childhood that actually still holds up. And is actually still funny and still as enjoyable as I remember. And when I heard they were making a live action movie based on Kim Possible, I was kind of nervous because most live action remakes based off cartoons suck. So yeah, I'm just going to give you my thoughts on this movie. And in case you haven't seen Kim Possible before, I'm quickly just going to explain to you what the show was about. So basically it was about this girl named Kim and her sidekick Ron Stoppable. And basically the show was about their high school life dealing with being a teenager. And then on the side plot they were secret agents and fight bad guy and save the world. The main problem that I felt about this movie is that it didn't know what it wanted to be. Like at one point it was a sci-fi action, then the next point it was a teen drama. Not saying any of those genres are bad, but believe it or not, I actually enjoyed the teen drama part way more than the sci-fi action. Mainly because the action scenes were badly choreographed and for some reason they were so slow. For some reason the action scenes in this movie were so slow, and they also used a lot of pointless slow motion. I understand why you use slow motion, is the time and need for it, but in this movie the slow motion was pointless because the action scenes were slow as is. And then adding the slow motion, it was just too slow for me. And it kind of made me sleepy when I was watching the movie. And I actually prefer action scenes without slow motion because it feels more realistic. And another problem about this movie is that it had way too much pointless action scenes. There were action scenes in this movie that had nothing to do with the plot of the movie. There was a scene, and I know this is going to be a spoiler, but Disney already released this scene on YouTube to promote the movie, so you probably have already seen it. There was a scene of Kim running to catch the bus for school, and then someone's baby stroller was rolling away down the hill, and then she quickly does a forward roll and then shoots her grappling hook to catch it. That forward roll was so pointless. She could have just stopped and then shoot a grappling hook. That forward roll had nothing to do with it. And also, there was a part of this scene where she was almost at the bus, and she quickly shoots the grappling hook to onto a lamp post to get into the bus. But she wasn't even far away from the bus. She was not even a meter away from the bus. She could have just but instead she shoot a grappling hook for no reason. That's what this movie did. They used way too much unnecessary action scenes to try and act all cool and stuff. The humor in this movie was all over the place for me because I didn't actually laugh at any of the jokes in this movie, but I did laugh at how bad the action scenes were. But there was one scene in this movie that actually genuinely made me laugh out loud, and that was in the beginning of the movie when we saw Dr. Demengio, who was played by Patton Oswalt, who actually voiced him in the series. And I feel like he was the best actor in this movie, and why I say this is because he wasn't afraid to be all over the place and goofy and that kind of thing. Because I feel like if you're going to play a live action version of a cartoon character, you shouldn't be afraid to be all over the place, and he wasn't. And he genuinely looked like he was having a good time in this movie, and he actually had some lines that actually were funny, actually genuinely made me laugh out loud. But as for all the other actors in this movie, I can't really say much about most of the actors because we don't see them that much in the movie. We don't see Kim's family that much, so I can't judge them that much. But for the people who played Kim and Ron, they did a decent job. Kim was played by Sadie Stanley, and Ron was played by Sean Jem Brody. I feel like Sean Jem Brody was a better actor than Sadie Stanley. He genuinely felt like Ron from the show. Some of the times he did the catchphrase Ron's catchphrases perfectly well. Not all of them, when he said booyah, that was a bit cheesy, but besides that he did a good job. And for anyone who is wondering, yes, Rufus was in this movie, but I feel like it was a waste of having Rufus in the movie because you only see him halfway through the movie, And in the show, he was a comic relief character. And if you don't know who Rufus is, he is Ron's companion, Nick and Moran companion. And in the show, he was a comedic relief character, but here he was a plot device. And I only see him halfway through the movie, so I feel like it's kind of pointless having him in the movie. And I feel like it's kind of a waste of Nancy Cartwright's great voice talents. And you probably know who Nancy Cartwright is. She is a great voice actress. She voices Bart Simpson and a bunch of other cartoon characters. This was a TV movie, by the way, so it didn't have as big of a budget as a movie that goes into theaters. But I feel like they did well with the budget that they had, because this movie does have some CGI in it. And though the CGI doesn't look amazing and some of it looks way too plasticky, it's not the worst CGI I've seen. And the CGI they did on Rufus looks great. Like, I really like Rufus's design and that kind of thing. And they went more for the realistic look with Rufus than the cartoony look, which is fine with me. He is still way more cartoony than realistic. So I feel like they did well with the CGI that they had. And the thing that I'm going to say was the worst part about this movie was Dr. Draken and Shigo. They are the villains, like the main villains in this movie. They are like the best parts in the series, but in the movie they are the worst. And why I say that is because they don't live up to their characters. Like Dr. Draken is supposed to be all over the place and too over the top, and Shigo's supposed to be smirky and that kind of stuff. And they're not like that. And the problem that I found with them is the actors take their interactions together too serious. Like in the show there were some serious parts with them, but in the movie they're taking it way too serious for some reason. Oh, and they did something with Draken which I think was so stupid. I hate it when they do this in movies where they would do like internet jokes and that kind of stuff. And they did that in here where they had like a whole joke about Dr. Draken running a successful Instagram account. The only time I've seen an internet joke done well in a movie or TV show was in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 when they did the Harlem Shake. And the only reason that worked was because it was animated. So I say Shigo and Dr. Draken are the worst part of this movie. Their costumes looked fine, their interactions and stuff were terrible. So what would I rate this movie from 1 to 10? I'll give it a 5. This movie is average. But do I regret watching it? No, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not the best movie I've seen. It's kind of in the middle. Some scenes are so bad that they're entertaining, but that's about it. But do I recommend you watch this movie? Let's say if you have young kids and you need to entertain them, then this movie will entertain them. Or if you're curious to what live action Kim Possible will be like, then I recommend it. But besides this movie is not really worth your time. But that's all I gotta say. Please like, share, comment and subscribe, and that's all I gotta say. Peace, and goodbye!